seen 3 Chaupais in Tulsi Ramayana, and the points that Tulsidas spoke about are a person who is able to be sensitive, go out of oneself and see what is the difficulty the friend has. One's own problems are small, the problems of the friend are major, and one is sensitive to them. Then a person who brings the friend away from the bad path, bad things and mistakes, and brings them onto the right path. In whose presence the potential manifest is a friend, and who is a shield to defend the friend for one's own flaws, for the friend's flaws. Vipati kala kara sataguna neha. When the more the problem a friend has, the more loving a person becomes and provides that emotional support that the friend would need. Shrutikaha Santa Mitra Guna Iha. Till that much we have seen. Now we do the 4th and 5th. आगे कह मृदु वचन बनाई, पाछे अनहित मन कुटिलाई, जाकर चित अहि गति समभाई, अस कुमित्र परिहरहि भलाई. So this is another quality of a friend who is not desirable. So if we have a friend like this, we should drop them. And if we are like that, we should improve that quality and remove this bad quality. What is that quality? Aage ka mridu vachana banaye. In the front, the person speaks very lovingly, very sweetly, very politely, as though he is your well-wisher. Pache anahita mana kutilai. And at the back, keeps talking negative, keeps criticizing you, and may even plan and scheme to pull you down. Jakar chita ahi gati samabhai. One whose mind is like this, like the movement of a snake. Now, why is it a movement of a snake? How does a snake move? Like that it goes. Can't go straight. Snake goes straight or snake goes like this? Crooked. Zigzag it goes. I thought it goes straight. So if you want to run from the snake, you have to run zigzag. Easiest is you run straight. Snake cannot follow that so easily. So it is very crooked. So a person whose mind is like that, very crooked. One in the front, something else at the back. Tulsidas says here, Kapati Mitra, Pache Anahita Manakutilai, Asa Kumitra Pariharehi Bhalai. Such a friend, it is better for you, you drop that friend. You don't have to continue. 2 examples. Again, see, I give you examples from our scriptures because in the day-to-day life you have to find those examples for yourself. And unfortunately, not too many examples are available to us, legendary examples from the history. So, scriptural examples is what I am saying. If you know any legendary examples from the history, you can let us know. So, example 1 for that is Shakuni. Shakuni appeared as though he is a well-wisher of the Kauravas. But actually, he is the one who was the cause for the battle of Mahabharata. It appeared that he is a well-wisher of Dhritarashtra also, but he kept on making Dhritarashtra feel inferior. And Gandhari was so sick that, why is this brother of mine here? He should be sitting in Gandhar. He's spending his whole time here. And the malicious mind of Shakuni he had nothing to do with the Pandavas. He actually wanted to destroy this Kauravas only. Because he did not like that his own sister was married to a blind man. So he devised ways and means to actually pull down the Kauravas. And Tulsidas ji says that such a person who talks sweetly to us but is very wicked at the back should be destroyed. Or you should drop that person. And he gives the example of the snake. Why he gives the example of the snake? Because nobody will. In Hindi you have that very famous saying with the same analogy of the snake. What do they say? Astin ka saap. What does that mean?
Snake in his sleeves.
Is there here only. In your precincts it is there. The snake is in your house, in your office. It is there and you are not aware also and you are allowing it to grow. So the idea is that such a person, if we have in our life anybody who is like that, one should drop them. Now we give some 4 examples again of people who are like this, malicious. One should drop them, beware of these men. Sevaka Sathadrpa Kripana Kunari Kapati Mitra Sula Samachari Sakha Soch Tyagahu Balamore Sab Vidhi Ghatab Kaj Main Tore So he says, Sevaka Satha, a stupid servant, Nripa Kripana, a miserly king, Kunari, person who does not have a good character. This you can apply to man also. A characterless person, Kapati Mitra, a malicious friend, Sula Samachari. All these 4 are like a Sula means like a spear or a trishul, something which will poke and kill you. So he says these 4 are like that: a stupid servant, a king who is very miserly, a characterless person, and a malicious person, malicious friend. All these 4 will only cause you pain, and you should drop these 4 in your life. Now why these 4 are said? Why is a stupid servant to be dropped? Simple. It will cause you more and more loss. What you say you will not understand, do something opposite. Create more loss. A miserly king, you can apply this to anything. Miserly boss who does not give you promotion that you deserve, drop. Why miserly person one should drop? See, miser is a person who will not bother about welfare of his own also. He is more attached to money or possessions or whatever he or she has. That person wants to save that much more and not even use for oneself. Then what about your good and your benefit? That person won't even have the capacity to think that much. So a king, especially when he becomes miserly, will hoard the wealth more and more and more. Greed will take over. In that kingdom you cannot prosper, you cannot flourish, you cannot do anything. Same thing applies to any other type of relationship also, where a person is a miser, is a very strange mindset. You know, one talk of Gurudev means one Chinmaya. So when he was talking on that word Kripana, he said miser is a person who even though hungry will go in front of the hotel and will not eat, will only smell the food because it is free. So such a person who can't think of his own welfare also, what will he think of the friend? So he says such a person should be dropped. Characterless person. Characterless person one drops again. Why? Because that will be Dussanga. it will be a bad company, it can influence us, and you don't know when that person can turn around and backstab you. So characterless person and kapati mitra, a malicious friend. Because a friend is one with whom you share whatever you want to, and if a friend is malicious, everything about you is out. Even the opponents will know many things. So all these four need to be dropped, and the Lord assures Sugriv that Sakha soch tyagahu bala more, that don't grieve, be confident of my strength, and I will protect you. Savabhidi ghatava kaj mai thore, I will accomplish the tasks that you have to achieve, and I will protect you, so don't worry. So this is a small part in Tulsi Ramayana where he speaks about what are the qualities of a good person, of a good friend, and something which a bad friend does, and how one drops. I told you about two examples, right? One example was Shakuni, and second example is Mantra. Mantra came and spoke to Kaikeyi as though she is a well-wisher. And she spoke to Kaikeyi saying that, you know, you are not aware, you are such a simple woman, but what a planning and scheming is going on against you. At what time this Dashrath Maharaj has chosen to announce that Ram will become the king. Your son Bharat actually deserves to be the king, but he has gone away to your mother's house, and that is the appropriate time that Dashrath Maharaj has chosen to announce Ram as the king, because he loves Kaushalya more than he loves you. He doesn't care about Bharat. Otherwise, he would have waited for Bharat to come back before making the announcement. All that she poisoned her mind. And this Kaikeyi actually fell for it also. Now just imagine, temporarily that influence on her mind, and what a drastic decision she took. Because of which Dashrath Maharaj died, Ram went to forest for 14 years, and she herself was not happy. She was miserable at the end of it when she realized, oh God, what did I do? And she went to call Ramji back. But then damage has been done. So that's why such people, we should not be friendly with such people. You know, our India-Pakistan problem also is because of such people only. Who speak such nice things on the front, but something else only they do at the back. They don't stand for what they say. Sardar Patel had that power. That what he said, he stood for that. But some of the other leaders at that time, they did not have that capacity. They didn't stand for what they said. Compromised. So these are few qualities of a friend which one should not have. Can you tell me the difference between a normal friend and a real friend? A true friend of yours. Or your best friend. Any qualities which can separate a normal friend from a best friend of yours or a true friend of yours?
We can't share everything we feel to a normal friend. A best friend listens to everything, and
Right.
in most cases they don't judge us because they know us.
Right. So you can't share everything, but you can, with a best friend, you can share. Right. What else? They won't judge you for what you share. A best
They
friend,
won't let stupid things do alone. They will also involve with
they
us.
enjoy with you
Yeah.
in some aspects. Right.
They will be your critic.
Very true. They can be your greatest critics also because they know you as you are.
For a normal friend, we might be only a source of utility factor for them, but not for a real friend. You won't just utilize us for the for just his success or anything.
So for normal friend, you are truly dear. You are not a means to get something else. Anything else?
Normal friends are usually context based.
Normal friends are context based.
As in you meet at a certain place, like colleagues, you just meet them, you're there with them, spend the day with them because you have to be for 8 to 10 hours in the office with them.
Right.
But not as such, they are not the friends who back.
Right. Right. They can be just normal friends who are your colleagues and friends in school, etc. But some people are your special friends. You may spend less time with them, but that's the closeness there.
We always go an extra mile for our best friend.
Go extra mile for the best. To all of us here have a best friend. In life we are poorer if we don't have best friend. And we should not imagine that we have a best friend. The friend must also reciprocate that. Because you may think he is my best friend. He considers you only a normal friend. I came across this few points that I'm going to share. Popular forwards which keep coming. One of the forwards I liked, so I just told it. So, a friend versus a real friend. A friend has seen you cry, a real friend has shoulders soggy from your tears. Very, very sentient this thing. A friend doesn't know your parents' first names. A real friend has their phone numbers in his address book. Think, do you have your best friend's parents' phone numbers? Not because they forcefully called you, that where is my school? But you actually out of concern have put their numbers. A friend brings a bottle of wine to your party, a real friend comes early to help you cook and clean. A friend hates it when you will call after he has gone to bed. A real friend asks why you took so long to call. I told you to send it. You call late, a real friend calls late and talks for long also. Doesn't allow you to sleep. A friend seeks to talk to you about their problems. A real friend seeks to help you with your problems. A friend wonders about your romantic history. A real friend could blackmail you with it. A friend when visiting acts like a guest. A real friend opens your refrigerator and helps himself. True, no? All the juices and whatever you have in your cheese and cakes and pastry and chocolates, everything gone, right? So just come. A friend thinks the friendship is over when you have an argument. A real friend knows that it's not a friendship until after you had a fight. A friend expects you to always be there for them. A real friend expects to always be there for you. 9 pointers. Simple, forward which one. So now these 9 points you can test. Are you a real friend? And do you have a real friend who does these?
Only one point is for a real friend, my welfare will be more important than even my friendship.
Right. My welfare will be more important than even my friendship. Even at the cost of my friendship, I will still say what is the good thing for you. That we discussed in the beginning, that one doesn't bother about what the friend thinks, whether the friend will cut the relationship, but what is good for you, the friend will tell you still. Okay, now last point for this session is, what are different types of friends that we have? There are different types of friends in this world. Do you know the types of friends? You don't know? I only know 2 types of friends only. One who are selfish, one who are selfless. One who are very mean, one who are very loving. So there are different types of friends. First type of friend is called as, first type of friendship is called agentic friendship. What is agentic friendship? They will befriend you only for a certain purpose. They will do things for you because they need some things from you.
They use you as an agent.
Yeah. They will not dump you after finishing it, but you know clearly that this friendship is only for this particular purpose. Because I need this benefit, this person needs that benefit. That's it. So that's called agentic friendship. Second friendship is where it is your best friend. You share whatever we spoke about. You share so many things and that is a very deep bond. Third is family friend. A friend who is within your family only. Or a friend who has now become your family. So a family friendship is there. Within the family, when the friendship develops, that brings a different type of closeness, because then there is a blood relation also involved in that. And difficulties also come in that because there can be prejudices more in that. There can be favoritism more in that. And sometimes you can't cut because they are family. So that family friendship also happens. This to all of you know. What is this? Buddy. Who is a buddy? Hanging out friends, okay.
Work friends. People at work. Friends with you.
These buddies are for a specific purpose only. Study buddy, walk buddy, dance buddy. For that much only. So you use them, you are there with them for that much time. Work buddy. So like that. So these are not deep friendships, but these are meant for some few aspects. A lot of people can't get up alone, they can't walk alone, they can't do things alone. They want somebody to be there with them. Camp also, you will come, then I'll go. Otherwise I won't go. As though they'll say when they die, you will come, then we'll die. When they were born alone only. Born alone, die alone, but in between I can't be alone. Money. So buddy, they want a buddy for everything. Best part is they come to spiritual camps like that, where we tell them to be independent, you are alone, your moksha is your responsibility, lift yourself by yourself. Right? Hey, you are not tied, hello. Who told you to free yourself? Each of you have freed yourself. Why are you not bound to each other? After the walk, you are supposed to get bound again. Bind yourself. Were you told why you are bound? In the ice breaking, were you told why you are bound? Just imagine. Are you liking it that you are bound like that to one person and then you are going around together? But you are bound to each other with best friends are bound to each other. Hare Ram. Imagine one relationship you are bound like that. Literally you are bound. Wherever you go, this person has to go. Right now it is looking very nice. Suppose this continues for the next 3 days. You will start thinking, Arey, but I don't want to do this, but the friend says, no, what I want to do. You have to follow, you have to go there. So much of time waste happens, so much of energy waste, so much of... In life, the more we get attached, more painful life becomes. So we have to have love in our relationships, but we have to have a detachment, certain space. If you don't give that space, and you are bound, here to be actually physically bound you. And you have to go everywhere with that friend. So the friend wants to go somewhere else, and you want to go to the loo. All the time we have to keep deciding which is urgent, or which is urgent, and you keep doing that only. It's one relationship. And we are bound psychologically we are bound in so many relationships. How can we be free? How can our potential manifest? So in relationship it is very important to have that balance of love and freedom. So we were on that point of buddy, that you need somebody all the time. Imagine people who are lonely, they feel so incomplete. All the time they keep needing somebody. Best is a person who is free, who is psychologically independent. That person is a the best friend also. Because the person can be with oneself and can also be loving in a friendship. That is the beauty of that person. Otherwise, all the time when I need somebody to depend upon, then I am somebody who is always latching on to somebody. I am not able to be proactive giver. I am become a permanent dependent, which is not a very healthy sign. So a buddy is one with whom you connect in that way. Then, the casual friendship. Do you know what is casual friendship?
Friends who make in the train.
Acquaintances. This has a specific connotation. This is used in psychology. A specific connotation this has. See, plain acquaintances can come even in a buddy, or just as a friend you just meet. You're not much interested. Casual relationship or a casual friend is one where two people come together in a relationship but do not want to own responsibility at all. They will still be in a relationship. They may still do certain things, but they do not want any responsibility. So they come together, they are there together for some time, and then they split. And they don't have any emotional involvement in it. And this specifically can happen in today's world, though it is already happening, where people take one night stand. In psychology, this term is used for that. Where they take one night stand, one boy, one girl, together for a night, no emotions involved, do what has to be done, move on. Sometimes it happens over a longer period of time also. And one thinks of it as, there was no involvement, emotional involvement, nothing wrong with it. Two of them agreed to do it, decided, did it, moved on. And many people do think that there is no problem in this. But more and more we are finding that psychologically one does get affected. Soon the person becomes psychologically insecure also. The more such relationships a person has, the more difficult it is for that person to become emotionally stable. It looks that that person is a happy-go-lucky type of a fellow, but that is not true. Because emotions do get involved. We don't realize that. Now, some movies have also come about this. Huh? Which one?
Friends with benefits and no strings attached.
No strings attached. That's the expression that people use, no strings attached. But one doesn't realize that human being is not made like that. We cannot be like animals. Intrinsically we are not made like that. Even though one may feel at some stage that it is okay, I can be like that, but it is not true. Even that picture, what was that movie? Okay, I forgot that name. That Ranbir Kapoor ka movie where 3 heroines were there. I don't know. That only, no? That also it happens like that.
Saji, in all these they do fall in love at the end of it.
That's what I'm saying. Finally they will fall in hand on. How that girl is and what she feels, that Deepika, what she feels in that movie. She in the beginning feels that there is nothing, no feeling, nothing, all that. But it is not possible. So casual relationship is that. So one should be actually very careful of this, that other person is not very casual. And this typically happens with the, again as I said, the gender understanding you should have very clear. A boy will not commit so easily and a girl will want commitment very soon. Be very clear and careful in that part. Casual relationships are the most damaging relationships. Emotionally you can become numb after that because of casual relationship. Then comes friendship which is called as community friendship, where you come together as a community. Like we have all these Samaj which are there. Gujarati Samaj, Malayali Samaj, this Samaj, that Samaj. And they have matrimony also happening in that. All kinds of games they play in that. Children also, elders also, youth also. I'm not only talking about language type of communities. There are different communities which are there. All kinds of communities for art, culture, for different things. All the communities where they come together. Even Chick is a community. What is the meaning of community? Where people come together and commune together for a common purpose. It's a community. So friends of a certain community you have, they are called community friends. And now comes a expression. You know what is frenemy? Not free enemy. Anyway, you don't have to pay for anything. Frenemy is a friend who is but actually your enemy. That what we spoke about, that Tulsidas ji said it in his traditional language. This is the modern term for it, frenemy. Allah who is so malicious, who disguises as a friend but is inside actually your enemy, who is plots your downfall, destroys you. So frenemy. Then comes imaginary friend. Then don't look like that. All of us have had imaginary friends. Especially when we are children, you say Krishna is my friend. We say, yeah, Krishna is my friend. Children specifically have imaginary friends. And there are some people who are children mentally, no matter what is their age. That's why I said that earlier thing also, that be clear that your best friend also is thinking of you as a best friend. Otherwise you are only imagining that this person is my best friend. Then it's an imaginary friend, it's not a real friend. But imaginary friendship also has a relevance. For a small child, that imaginary friendship gives a lot of sense of belonging, and especially a child who gets rejected, who doesn't get love from parents, who does not feel belonged, who does not have siblings, who feels lonely, or in the peer group does not connect so easily, starts imagining and has a friendship in imagination and starts feeling the consolation. And this is a proper phenomenon, psychologically documented. So this is imaginary friendship.
The people who write journals and talk to, is that also imaginary? If they say dear diary.
No, that is not imagine. If you actually imagine diary to be a person and then you connect to the diary emotionally and expect a response and all that, then it becomes imaginary. Otherwise, you just write as an outlet, then it is not an imaginary thing. It depends on how you look at that actually. Then this is most common. Internet. You don't know only about that opposite person. What face that person puts up on the internet, that is that person over. Whatever the person, gender also sometimes you don't know. You don't know the qualities, you don't know anything. You are just connecting online. Whatever is that person projecting online, that is a friend. That's all. And there are some people who are like that, who just play mischief. Who are something else only actually. They put up something else only on the status, on the Facebook, on the name. Half of them don't want to reveal their identity. You see the names of some of them on that Facebook. Very funny names they will have. Pictures also, something else only they will put there. So anyway, I'm not saying that is wrong, but I'm saying internet friendship. There are lots of people today who have more friends on the internet than in their real life where they actually connect to those friends. And half the time they are there only on that internet. Then comes mate. What is the meaning of mate? Who is a mate? They use in different contexts, classmate, playmate, huh? Flatmate, roommate. Where the association is just a functional thing. There is nothing, no psychological involvement there. But in psychology, the word mate is used specifically for the people of the same gender. So a male and a male together, they are called as a mate. Female, female together called as a mate. And if you find that person with whom you are bound for 7 lives, then it is called as soul mate. 2 bodies, 1 soul. I always wondered whenever they say 2 bodies, 1 soul, why can't it be 1 body, 2 souls? But why only 2 bodies, 1 soul? I found my soul mate. आधा सोल इधर था, आधा सोल उधर था, अभी ज्वाइन हो गया, लेकिन बॉडी 2 हो गया. I mean, how people say, I found my soulmate. You don't know your own soul. How did you find another fellow who is soulmate? But I found my soulmate. All that is before marriage. After marriage, nobody says this is my soulmate. After marriage, everybody says, what? What does everybody say after marriage? Before marriage, I can't live without you. After marriage, I can't live with you. I can't stand you. So anyway, so that is called as a mate. And then last we have a concept called friend poaching. Do you know what is friend poaching? Elephant poaching, snake poaching, all that you have heard, no? What is friend poaching? Not somebody जो तुम्हारी खाल उधर देता है. Friend poaching मतलब
Somebody take someone else's friend and become more friendly.
correct. So I introduce you to somebody. Now they both become so big, so good friends. They dump me only. Gone. I am out of picture. Huh? No, it is not wrong, but it is being insensitive, no? That this person introduced you to the other person and they both have become such fast friends that they dump this person. See, if they continue to be in touch with the person but they have more intense relationship, that may be normal, natural. But if they dump this person away, it's not a very good thing. It's being insensitive, being selfish. Can't say it is wrong, but it is being insensitive.
They may not connect with that first person. They may connect to each other.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. So if they connect to each other, fine. But why dump that person? Just keep that person in good books. Be in touch now and then. Till now, these 2 people were happily connecting. And now this person has been introduced to somebody else. Now they both have become such fast friends. It is not that they were never connecting to this person. Do you think that poaching is not proper, or is it proper?
If it's suppose like at work and there are 3 and someone made them friends, yeah, we do have to do it. It gets very awkward because the third person, suddenly first there were 3 of them and now it's just 2 of them. And the third person is left without anyone at some point and you get into some other group or something. So yeah, right, it can be uncomfortable for the person who is left out. So if you are actually a good friend of that person, you wouldn't let that happen in that way. You would make sure that there is some connect which is going on.
But it depends on the situation. Like I was friends with him first, and then she came in later. But now we all 3 are friends. Like so that's good.
That's damn good. That's not called friend poaching.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It depends.
If 3 people are good, then there is no issue at all. The issue is that because the third person comes in, the relationship between the first and the second gets totally cut. See, why it is little insensitive is because, so I am going to do A, B, C. So A and B are friends. Now A introduces B to C. Now B and C are good friends and A has been dumped by B. Now if C is intelligent, C will understand that just like B could dump A,
For another person.
C could dump me, B could dump C also for another person D. That possibility is there. So if this person is sensitive, if B is sensitive, may not connect with A in such a intense way as is connecting to C, but can maintain a decent relationship.
What if A is getting jealous of B and C?
No, that sometimes is possible also, that A gets jealous and then it becomes unbearable. A has to let go of that insecurity and accept it. That in this relationship, this is the equation. The equation should be kept individual. That between A and B, what is the equation? Just because B and C are close, A should not feel jealous of that. But if A feels jealous and A makes oneself that way unpopular or a troublesome person, then if B is dropping it, then there is no problem. That is natural also. We are talking in this situation that some people become friends. Then what happens is that sometimes A would feel that B just used me to become close to C. And then the moment B and C became close, they dumped me.
Always be that when A is dumped, but like you're saying that he maintains, you don't dump people like that generally, but you just maintain normal relationship. You spend more time with.
That's what I'm saying. That is natural and that can be done. There's nothing wrong in that.
So that
As
is-
long as you are maintaining a normal relationship here, you may be close to anybody actually. Just because A introduced you to C does not prevent you from getting closer to C without A's permission. That is not.
That's all. So
That is
then-
wrong expectation of A also.
Then it's not.
There's
Then
nothing wrong. And poaching is specifically used in the context of dumping. You are dumped, it's over. Then emotionally there is a lot of hurt. See, some of these we have learned only for us to become alert. And we should not be indulging in these so that the purpose of friendship is served and also we do not harm somebody else. So for right now we stop here. You will have 3 nice case studies about friendship to discuss and then we will wind it up with the last session.